Hey, so you have to keep a secret. I've got my wife the third generation 2021 Apple Airpods because she deserves it. But we're going to unbox it and we're going to compare it to the second generation Apple Airpods. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment down below. Let's get right into it. So I absolutely love the new third generation Apple Airpods. And also, the second generation Apple Airpods are all right. But I think just even looking at the case, I actually like it, landscape. But they're both basically a similar size if you actually put them side by side. One is just portrait, one is just landscape. In terms of the actual shape of the buds itself, so when you look at the individual AirPods, what you'll find is that they're actually quite nice in the third generation. And then the large kind of black blobs where the speakers or the noise cancellation are actually look a lot more prominent. They look a lot more nicer actually. The AirPods do look a lot more fatter. So I'm assuming that's just so that they can fit in your ear. The stem is a lot more shorter where I think the battery is. It seems really nice and compact. So it actually can be hidden compared to when you look at the actual second generation. You can see that the stem is a lot more longer and the kind of black blobs where the speakers are actually a lot more smaller. Now that I'm comparing the two, when I look at them both, I actually quite like the third generation, but let's get right into the specs anyways. So looking at the price, the third generation Apple Airpods actually cost £169, whereas the second generation Apple Airpods cost £119. So if you're gonna decide which one you wanna go for and you just want wireless AirPods, you've never had them before, go for the one that's £119. But if you actually want to try something else and you're going to use it for jogging, extreme sports, and you just want a bit more oomph to the bass when you're listening to music, then definitely go for the third generation. So I don't know if you can see this, I'll zoom right in, but this is what the actual second generation Apple Airpods look like when they're in your ear. So the stem is a lot more longer and more visible. And this is what the new third generation Apple Airpods look like in your ear. So the stem's a lot more shorter, it is a lot more wider, so it can fit in my earlobe a lot more easily. And in terms of the actual music and sound that comes out of it, the third generation just has a lot more oomph to it and it just sounds a lot more better and crisper. Whereas the second generation, it sounds like it's just screaming at you. And you tend to find that I can tell when it's actually adjusting on the third generation to the environments I'm going to. The noise cancellation does sound really nice. And the second generation, I think it's just good wireless headphones. In terms of quality of sound that comes from it, you can definitely notice the difference, just playing music on both, basically. But, go to the Apple Store, try it yourself, and let me know what you think in the comments.
So I'm just going to talk about some of the key features that the third generation Apple Airpods has. The first one is audio technologies, and it includes spatial audio with dynamic head tracking, adaptive EQ, custom Apple drivers, custom high dynamic range amplifiers. The type of sensors that the third generation Apple Airpods have are dual beam forming microphones, inward facing microphones, skin detecting sensors, motion detecting accelerometers, speech detecting accelerometer, and force sensors. The chip that it has is the H1 headphone chip, and the controls that you can use on it is press once to play, pause, and answer a phone call, press twice to, skip forward, press 3 times to skip backwards, and hold, for Siri. In terms of sweat and water resistant, it's got sweat and water resistance rating of IPX4. In regards to the battery life, more specifically the AirPods themselves, up to 6 hours of listening time, up to 5 hours with spatial audio enabled, up to 4 hours of talk time. The AirPods with the charging case can last up to 30 hours of listening time and 20 hours of talk time. Just a 5-minute charge of the AirPods in the case can provide up to 1 hour of listening time or around 1 hour of talk time. And in terms of connectivity, it has Bluetooth 5.0.
And one nice kind of feature that Apple offers is engraving. So I think, it's on there as kind of something that you can just do for fun, but actually I think it's really important because if you lose this, or there's loads in an environment where everybody has Apple Airpods, you definitely don't want to mix them up, basically. So definitely engrave your name on it. So if you want to watch more tech videos from me, watch these 2 videos here. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment down below, and let me know your thoughts. Have you got AirPods? Do you think other brands are better, or is Apple the best?